The room changes, not in a way you could point to, just the temperature. And across the room, your toddler goes very, very quiet. Not crying, not scared. Something older than scared. They're watching you, both of you, with an expression no parent knows what to do with. You tell yourself, they don't understand. That's what every parent tells themselves. That's also almost entirely wrong. Every parent believes the same thing. They're too young to understand. They're just sensing stress. A vague atmospheric shift. The way any creature senses danger before it can name it. The words don't mean anything to them yet. Their brain isn't built for this. That assumption feels responsible. It feels protective. It is almost entirely wrong. Because what researchers at the Max Planck Institute for Human Cognitive and Brain Sciences found when they placed toddlers ages 18 to 36 months inside fMRI scanners and played recordings of adult conflict. Within 20 seconds, a toddler's brain activates a full threat response, not a vague stress signal. A threat response, the same neural architecture that fires when their physical safety is at risk. That silence across the room is not confusion. It is a small person running the most important risk calculation of their life. Here's what most parents get wrong about this. They think the problem is the fight. It isn't. Patrick Davies and Mark Cummings at the University of Notre Dame spent over 2 decades tracking families through conflict, measuring what it actually does to a child's developing nervous system. Their finding contradicts almost everything parents instinctively believe. Conflict between parents is normal. It is inevitable, and according to the data, it is not inherently damaging. What damages a child's developing brain is not the fight. It is what happens after the fight. Or more precisely, what doesn't happen. When your toddler's nervous system activates a threat response, it doesn't just need the conflict to stop. It needs to see that the threat has passed, not absence of noise. An active signal that safety has returned. A change in tone. Physical proximity between the two of you. The temperature in the room returning to something that feels like normal. When that signal comes, cortisol returns to baseline. The model updates. These two people are okay. I am safe. But when the fight simply ends, when one person walks out, or silence fills the room, or the argument goes underground, the nervous system stays elevated. It keeps waiting for a signal that never comes. Think about what that actually means. Your toddler isn't sitting there thinking about it. They're not replaying what happened. Their nervous system is doing something far more automatic than thought. It is running a continuous background scan, monitoring the 2 most important people in their world, waiting for information that tells it whether the threat has resolved. When that information never arrives, the scan doesn't stop. It keeps running. And over months and years of this pattern, that elevated baseline becomes their normal. Not anxious, not obviously affected, just wired for a world where calm is only ever temporary. But here's the finding that researchers in this field describe as the most important and the most ignored. Because what they kept measuring was not what anyone expected. And once you understand it, you won't look at an argument the same way again. Dr. John Gottman at the University of Washington spent years studying what he called repair attempts, the moments after conflict where couples signal a return to connection. His finding was this. Parents who repaired visibly after conflict produced a 65% reduction in long-term stress markers in their children. 65%. Not from fighting less, from repairing more, and repairing visibly. Send this to the person who should watch it with you, not to start a conversation, to have it. The toddler who went quiet during your argument is still watching. They are watching to see how this ends, and how it ends is what their nervous system will remember far longer than the fight itself. So what does the repair actually look like? Most parents focus on the wrong thing after a fight. They focus on resolving it with each other. What your toddler's brain actually needs is different, 3 things, and they're not what you'd expect. First, Come back into the same space. Not in 20 minutes, not after your toddler is asleep. Now, even if you haven't resolved anything, even if you're still angry, walk back into the same room. Sit down. Your toddler's nervous system is looking for one signal. These two people are still together. Give them that signal before you give anything else. Second, let them see warmth, not performance, not a forced smile. Not, "Mommy and Daddy were just talking." Your toddler isn't looking for happiness. They're looking for safe. A hand on a shoulder. Your normal voice asking a normal question. Even a brief, real moment of proximity between the two of you. Their nervous system reads warmth as safety. That's all it needs. Third, if they can talk, name it. Not an explanation, not an apology directed at them. Just 3 sentences. Mom and Dad had a disagreement. We worked it out. We love you. Harvard's Center on the Developing Child calls this closing the stress loop. The child's brain has been running an open circuit for the last 20 minutes. Those 3 sentences close it. Cortisol drops. The model updates. These people argue and repair. I am safe. Here is what this actually means for you. You will argue in front of your toddler. Every parent does. That is not the mistake. The mistake is believing that because they're small, they didn't notice. They noticed. Their brain processed it faster than you finished the sentence. What you have control over is not whether they see the conflict. It's whether they see what comes after. Spa? The repair is not for you. It is not for your relationship in that moment. It is for the small person across the room who went very, very quiet and is still waiting to find out if the people they depend on completely are going to be okay. Show them. Drop a comment below. Does your toddler go quiet when you argue, or do they act out? I read every one, and if your partner hasn't seen this, this is the video, not to create guilt, to give you both a language for the repair. Subscribe to The Parenting Brain. New video every 2 days. Real neuroscience, real research, something you can actually use.